Imagine a world where a simple handful of crunchy natural morsels could transform the way your body handles blood sugar, protect your heart and kidneys, and even soothe nerve discomfort. What if I told you that by integrating three modest snacks into your daily routine, you could support critical biological pathways, stabilize glucose fluctuations, and fortify your body's defenses against the long-term complications of diabetes? Today, I invite you to join me on an in-depth exploration of the science behind foxnuts, peanuts, and pistachios, three remarkable foods whose subtle biochemistry delivers outsized health benefits, especially for those of us managing diabetes in later life. As we age, our metabolism shifts, insulin sensitivity often declines, and chronic conditions like diabetes place an ever greater burden on our cardiovascular and renal systems. In this context, food becomes more than mere fuel, it is medicine. And while no single food can replace prescribed therapies, the strategic inclusion of certain nutrient-dense snacks can enhance metabolic control, reduce inflammatory stress, and support organ function. Over the next several minutes, we will examine how the unique composition of foxnuts, also known as macana, peanuts, and pistachios interacts with digestive enzymes, hormonal regulators, and cellular antioxidant defenses to yield meaningful improvements in blood glucose regulation, vascular health, and nerve protection. Let us begin with foxnuts. Unlike what their nickname might suggest, these are not popped grains, but the toasted seeds of the Uriel ferox water lily. In Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine, foxnuts have long been prized for their gentle tonifying effects on kidney function and their capacity to support digestive health. Modern nutritional analysis confirms that a 1 ounce, 28 grams, serving of plain roasted foxnuts provides a glycemic index of approximately 37, significantly lower than many common starchy snacks. This low GI indicates a slow, gradual release of glucose into the bloodstream, helping to avoid the sharp postprandial spikes that contribute to vascular damage over time. What underlies this moderated glucose response? Foxnuts are rich in complex carbohydrates, including resistant starch, which resists digestion in the small intestine and ferments in the colon. During fermentation, gut bacteria convert resistant starch into short-chain fatty acids, such as butyrate, that nourish colonocytes, support a healthy mucosal barrier, and temper systemic inflammation. Reduced inflammatory signaling not only benefits gut integrity, but also enhances insulin receptor sensitivity in peripheral tissues. In essence, resistant starch in foxnuts serves as a prebiotic, cultivating a microbiome environment that improves metabolic resilience. Moreover, foxnuts deliver approximately 2 grams of dietary fiber per ounce, about 7% of the daily recommended intake. Fiber further slows carbohydrate digestion by forming a viscous matrix in the gut, binding simple sugars, and delaying absorption. This extension of gastric emptying time flattens the post-meal blood sugar curve, reducing the glycemic burden on pancreatic beta cells and lowering the risk of glucose toxicity. Beyond fiber and resistant starch, foxnuts supply essential minerals that address common comorbidities of diabetes. An ounce contains roughly 400 milligrams of potassium, around 8.5% of the recommended daily value, helping to regulate fluid balance, mitigate hypertension, and protect renal glomerular function. Since high blood pressure and kidney disease frequently accompany diabetes, potassium's modulatory effect on vascular tone can ease the workload on both heart and kidneys. Additionally, foxnuts provide magnesium, around 7% DV, a cofactor in over 300 enzymatic reactions, including those governing insulin secretion and action. Adequate magnesium levels have been correlated with improved insulin sensitivity, possibly by facilitating the tyrosine kinase activity of the insulin receptor. Meanwhile, calcium, 2% DV, and iron, 2% DV, further support bone health and oxygen transport, respectively, both vital considerations for aging bodies. Perhaps most intriguing are the antioxidant flavonoids found in foxnuts, compounds such as quercetin analogs and camphorol. These polyphenols scavenge reactive oxygen species, reducing oxidative stress that can injure pancreatic beta cells and vascular endothelium. One clinical study demonstrated that regular consumption of foxnuts lowered postprandial glucose spikes by up to 18%, a statistically significant improvement for individuals striving to maintain A1C targets. By attenuating glycemic excursions and dampening inflammatory cascades, foxnuts create a multi-pronged defense against diabetic complications. Yet we must remember that portion control remains essential. Although fox nuts are relatively low in calories, 95 per ounce, they still contain carbohydrates that, when overconsumed, can accumulate. A recommended serving size of 1 ounce, roughly 2 small handfuls, ensures that you reap the benefits without exceeding your carbohydrate budget. A simple preparation could involve tossing plain fox nuts with a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, a pinch of turmeric for its own anti-inflammatory properties, and a dash of black pepper to enhance curcumin absorption. Roasting at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes yields a savory, satisfying snack that supports blood sugar balance well into the night, potentially staving off nocturnal hypoglycemia by providing a slow-release source of energy. Moving from aquatic seeds to terrestrial legumes, let us now consider the humble peanut. Often dismissed as a mere bar snack, the peanut actually boasts one of the lowest glycemic indices of any legume, around 14. This exceedingly low GI results from peanuts' rich matrix of healthy fats, protein, and fiber, which together slow gastric emptying and modulate glucose absorption. In a 1-ounce serving, dry roasted unsalted peanuts deliver 166 calories, of which 14 are predominantly monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids. These heart-healthy lipids contribute to membrane fluidity, facilitate cholesterol efflux via the HDL pathway, and reduce the LDL oxidation that precipitates atherosclerotic plaque formation. Peanuts also offer approximately 2.4 grams of dietary fiber and 7 grams of plant protein per ounce. The fiber further attenuates glycemic response, while protein intake stimulates the release of incretin hormones, GLP-1 and GIP, which amplify glucose-dependent insulin secretion. In effect, pairing carbohydrates with protein and fat blunts the rapid surges of post-meal blood sugar, giving the pancreas a gentler, more manageable workload. Crucially, peanuts contain resveratrol, a stillbean polyphenol renowned for its anti-inflammatory, vasodilatory, and insulin-sensitizing effects. Resveratrol activates sirtuin enzymes and AMP-activated protein kinase, AMPK, pathways linked to mitochondrial biogenesis and improved metabolic flexibility. This biochemical modulation can help shield peripheral nerves from the oxidative and inflammatory damage that underlies diabetic neuropathy, reducing tingling and pain in the extremities. Nutritionally, peanuts supply significant minerals. About 210 milligrams of potassium, 4.5% DV, supporting blood pressure control. 50 milligrams of magnesium, 12% DV, aiding insulin action. 18 milligrams of calcium, 1.8% DV, fortifying bone integrity. And 1 milligrams of iron, 5.5% DV, essential for hemoglobin synthesis. Together, these micronutrients address common deficits in the diabetic population, helping maintain cardiovascular stability, musculoskeletal strength, and oxygen delivery. Clinical trials have shown that regular peanut consumption can lower LDL cholesterol by up to 12% and decrease the risk of coronary heart disease by approximately 20%. Additionally, peanuts' combination of fiber, protein, and healthy fats promotes satiety, mitigating excessive caloric intake and aiding weight management, an integral component of diabetes care. A simple, diabetes-friendly recipe might involve mixing half a cup of natural, unsweetened peanut butter with 1 cup of rolled oats, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and a drizzle of stevia, or a modest touch of honey. Rolling this mixture into bite-sized energy balls and refrigerating them creates a balanced snack that stabilizes blood glucose and sustains energy between meals. As with any potent food, quality and moderation are paramount. Opt for plain dry roasted or raw peanuts without added sugars, salts, or hydrogenated oils. When selecting peanut butter, scrutinize the ingredient list. The only item should be peanuts, with perhaps a pinch of salt. Avoid flavored or honey-roasted varieties, which can introduce hidden carbohydrates and unhealthy fats. Our third hero in this nutritive trilogy is the pistachio, a verdant, jewel-toned nut that delivers an impressive nutritional profile. With a glycemic index of merely 15, pistachios induce a gradual, steady rise in blood glucose, befitting those of us seeking metabolic stability. A 1-ounce serving, about 49 pistachio kernels, provides 159 calories, including 13 grams of heart-healthy fats, 6 grams of protein, and nearly 3 grams of fiber, ingredients that combine to slow digestion and foster prolonged satiety. Pistachios are also a noteworthy source of potassium, 290 milligrams, 6% DV, magnesium, 30 milligrams, 7% DV, phosphorus, 135 milligrams, 11% DV, and vitamin B6, 0.5 milligrams, 30% DV. Vitamin B6 supports neurotransmitter synthesis and myelin maintenance, critical for nerve health in diabetics at risk of neuropathy. Minerals such as magnesium not only potentiate insulin receptor signaling, but also stabilize cardiac rhythm, while potassium modulates vascular tone and renal electrolyte handling, key factors in preventing hypertension and nephropathy. Antioxidant carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin, imbue pistachios with eye protective properties, potentially reducing the risk of diabetic retinopathy by neutralizing free radicals in retinal tissues. Furthermore, the high arginine content of pistachios fosters nitric oxide production, promoting endothelial relaxation and enhanced blood flow. This vasodilatory effect can alleviate peripheral neuropathic pain and improve wound healing by ensuring adequate tissue perfusion. Scientific studies underscore pistachios' metabolic merits. Consistent consumption has been linked to a 10% reduction in fasting blood glucose, a 15% decrease in LDL cholesterol, and a 9% drop in triglycerides. Such changes translate into significantly lower cardiovascular risk for individuals with diabetes. A creative way to incorporate pistachios into a balanced meal is to create a lemon herb pistachio crust for baked chicken. By combining finely crushed pistachios with lemon zest and dried oregano, then pressing the mixture onto skinless chicken breasts before baking, you achieve a protein-packed entree that delivers fiber, healthy fats, and phytochemicals in every bite. It is important, however, to choose unsalted, dry-roasted pistachios and to monitor portion sizes, 1 ounce per serving. Shelling in-shell pistachios slows consumption and offers a natural portion control mechanism. For those with tree nut allergies, consultation with a healthcare provider is essential before adding pistachios to the diet. As we weave together the narratives of foxnuts, peanuts, and pistachios, a common theme emerges. By harnessing the synergistic power of fiber, healthy fats, plant protein, and bioactive phytochemicals, these snacks stabilize postprandial glycemia, protect vascular and neural tissues, and promote long-term metabolic health. The biological mechanisms are clear. Slow carbohydrate digestion, enhanced insulin signaling via mineral cofactors, antioxidative protection against oxidative stress, and modulation of gut microbiota to reduce systemic inflammation. In practical terms, aiming for 1 ounce of mixed nuts, approximately 2 tablespoons or a small handful, 4 times per week can yield measurable improvements in fasting glucose, lipid profiles, and markers of inflammation. Pairing nuts with vitamin C-rich produce, such as bell pepper strips or orange segments, further optimizes iron absorption and antioxidant capacity, creating a nutritional synergy that benefits both blood sugar control and overall vitality. I encourage you to experiment within your own dietary framework. Blend roasted foxnuts into a fiber-rich trail mix. Stir peanut butter into your morning oatmeal for sustained energy, or sprinkle chopped pistachios atop a salad for a satisfying crunch. Measure your blood glucose before and 2 hours after consumption to observe individual responses and refine your personal regimen. Remember that consistency, rather than occasional indulgence, is the key to unlocking the full metabolic potential of these foods. As we conclude our exploration, consider that food is not just taste, it is pedagogical. Each mouthful teaches your body about equilibrium, resilience, and adaptive response to stress. By choosing nutritionally intelligent snacks like foxnuts, peanuts, and pistachios, you empower your cells with the substrates, cofactors, and signals they need to thrive in the face of aging and chronic disease. If you found this deep dive enlightening, please like this video, share it with friends and family who might benefit, and follow our channel for more evidence-based insights into the science of healthy aging and metabolic wellness. Your engagement helps us bring more rigorous, accessible adult education to those who need it most. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and let every bite be a lesson in longevity and vitality.